The live action remake of Lilo and Stitch is finally here, so today, let's see if it's worth your time. A lonely Hawaiian girl befriends a runaway alien helping to mend her fragmented family. Question of the video: what is your favorite Disney live action remake? I was very excited for the remake of Lilo and Stitch. It was an animated film that I remember watching a lot growing up on VHS. It's not my favorite Disney animated film, but one I do find to have a lot of enjoying moments and the overall theme of family. Now, going into this movie, I was afraid that there'd be some big changes, and I wasn't sure how it was going to work. The absence of Gontu in this film and having Pleakley and Jumba turn into humans throughout, I was very hesitant on a lot of the changes. Luckily, all of those changes work. It feels like a more grounded, realistic way of bringing Stitch into the family and having Pleakley and Jumba try to find Stitch. A lot of the changes really end up working and really add a lot to family, and no one gets left behind, and that families aren't perfect. You really understand that within this movie. So the changes that we do get add a lot to the relationship between Nani and Lilo that we see like in the animated film and in this live action remake, that it is a bit challenging for them. After losing their mother and father, Nani has to take care of Lilo, but she is still young and she has to better herself as well so she can take care of Lilo. And so you have a lot of emotion that is in that relationship. It is very sweet. It's also heartbreaking. A lot of people are shedding tears within the theater, but I felt like it was the appropriate way to explore that relationship and have a nice discussion about being in foster care, or that families aren't perfect. The performances for Nani and Lilo are outstanding. The young girl that plays Lilo, very innocent, a lot of fun, and she provides all of the charm that you would expect for Lilo. Nani, she's smart, but she's just in this hard position of taking care of her younger sister. But I really like how they were able to develop that relationship and give us a better understanding of what Nani is going through and how she needs to better herself and get a good education so she can take care of Lilo. I was worried about Billy Magnuson playing Pleakley and Zach Galifianakis playing Jumba in human roles. I think it did work. I still really would have loved to see them as aliens dressed up in human clothes and everybody just accepting it. That's what I loved in the animated film, but I think it does work in here. Some changes to Jumba I thought were a little bit odd and they didn't really work for me. Still really like Pleakley, but it's where Jumba, that change is like my biggest issue with this movie, and the biggest change I think does not work. Turning him into this antagonist kind of ruins a little bit of all the relationships that you get in the Stitch movies, the sequels, the show as well. It kind of takes this shift in the wrong direction because you're getting rid of Gontu within this film. So now you have to have somebody that is trying to capture Stitch and bring him back to their spaceship in outer space. So some changes I don't think fully work for Jumba, but I really liked seeing these human characters, and it did provide for some comedy throughout. Now Stitch, once again, adorable in animated form, adorable in this live action film as well. Still very chaotic, but I love that relationship between Stitch and Lilo. It's very sweet. Could have used a little more Elvis Presley, honestly, but you had all the moments where Stitch realizes what family is and how he could be good and care for Lilo and Nani as well. I thought that was all very sweet. The highlights of the animated film carry over to this movie and have that charm that does work once again. And I like Courtney B. Vance as Cobra Bubbles, switching things a little bit around for him, but his addition to the film does work much like that animated movie. And some of the new characters work as well, just really builds on the idea of Ohana and taking care of everybody. And I could see why they ended up taking out Gontu because of the new characters, and it might have felt a little bit overstuffed. When it does come to these live action remakes, a lot of them are just kind of like a beat for beat remake of that original animated film. Sometimes they'd make a lot of big changes that don't work, and other times some of them are taking risks. And I do think that Lilo and Stitch is a mixture of paying homage to that original animated film, but also taking a risk and having it all pay off. The more grounded approach to the relationship between Nani and Lilo was strong, had that realistic tone to it, but also it understood that it needed to be funny and chaotic with Stitch and all the other aliens. I thought that all worked and provide a lot of energy and fun moments, but then also you have a lot of emotion behind it. All of the Disney remakes, I think that this is the one that has the most emotion and the one I felt the most connected to. I don't think it is as good as the original animated film. It was trying to accomplish of being a remake, but also trying to do something new and changing some story elements around. It was very successful. I was very impressed with Lilo and Stitch. Stitch is still very adorable. The characters are still sweet and you have some nice development for them, but it has that more grounded approach when you look at Ohana, and everything's not perfect and you have to look at the bigger picture and take care of yourself and the ones that you love. I thought there was a big change for the story, but it ended up working. I'm gonna go ahead and give Lilo and Stitch a B+. Thank you guys for checking my review for Lilo and Stitch, the newest Disney live action remake. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.